Welcome back to Cypress Sea of Galilee, DSMME, on this beautiful Saturday, February 6th. And this has a number of martyrs assigned for our veneration, very especially on this day. The leader among them is known as St. Miki and his companions. What they did is they were Japanese, and they followed in the footsteps of a tremendous Jesuit martyr and saint. I say martyr, he wasn't literally put to death by others, but he gave his life in a white martyrdom, incredibly so. Look at St. Francis Xavier, S.J., wonderful Jesuit saint. And so he first kind of broke through into Japan, and following him were some others who came, Jesuits. Father Paul Miki was one of them, and then his 25 companions. This is all in the 16th century. And this was at a time when the rulers were trying to stomp out religion. They were the gods, don't you know? And so to worship Almighty God was not what they appreciated. And so if you continued to do it, or to teach the little children, or to teach the people, etc., if you were an evangelist for Christ, you were heading toward your death. And so these martyrs underwent incredible brutality. And you can read about them, and I suggest that you do. And it's really, really beautiful. But something that I noticed in the readings today, I'm going to point out to you, because if you are a faithful Cypress Sea of Galilee DSMME, you heard this past week. Let me read to you from 1 Corinthians, and that too is a clue. The message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. The message of the cross is the power of God, if we believe. For Jews demand signs and Greeks look for wisdom, but we proclaim Christ crucified. For the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than human strength. And they prove that. And so there were many, many martyrdoms in the 16th centuries in these far eastern countries. The reason being, the rulers, being anti-God, could not stop the people who were pro-God, and therefore the believers continued to multiply. And with every public execution, hundreds more would come to the true faith. God knows what he's doing. You give the gift of yourself and let him use you in the heroic way he wants to from all eternity. It may be a big heroic way. We may canonize you someday. It may be a smaller heroic way. But as long as you get to heaven, you are canonized by God himself, who puts that great crown on your head and names you a saint of the universal church for the rest of time. In his presence for all eternity. What else counts? Signing off from the Cypress Sea of Galilee, DSMME, on this beautiful Saturday. God bless. Stay in the heart of Mary next to her son.